morning, everybody. Hello, hello, Tokay, hello, Slime, hello, Yuri. I hope everybody is doing well this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever the time is where you are. So, here we are, in Minecraft again. I have a cup of tea. I haven't drunk it all this time. I'm doing pretty well this morning. Coming to the end of the week. Well, it is the end of the week, isn't it? It's Friday. So, you know, we all know that Friday feeling. I am enjoying the Friday feeling, so that's nice. So I have a few things to be working on, but still got more work to do on this aqueduct, and I think I've decided I want to actually change. I didn't like what I did with the pillars here. They made them kind of flat. No, maybe it's okay actually. We'll have a look anyway. Plus, it's a Friday afternoon for some of you guys. Friday evening. So weekend. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hello, Smug Dog. Mental breakdown. I hope you're mentally healthy. So that looks good. We've got the water coming down over here. I think that's going to be okay. We're going to need to work it in a bit, but we've got a lot more ruining to do than just that, so that's okay. So maybe we'll do one more building today, and then next week we'll start actually ruining the stuff. So I'm going to choose a cool place maybe for the last one, as opposed to the rest, which have all been lame places, really lame. Oh, there's an opportunity maybe for a dock actually, isn't there? Oh, that could be like nice actually. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So yeah, that's going to be beautiful. Let's get like a little dock down here. It could be ruined, of course, later. But we can have working the staircase and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so let's start by suck up all the water. So we'll do a BR sphere air 30 mask water, and boom, water's gone. Easy. There's actually a glitch here anyway, look. So we do need to resolve that. The water level is too high. I don't know where it starts. Oh, it's here. Interesting. So, mysterious elevated water level in here, which we'll need to push down a little bit. So, that can hold on. I very much could put boats in the bottom of the ocean, and I will think about it. But mostly I'll be thinking no, because I'm lazy, and probably no one's going to explore the bottom of the ocean. Maybe they will. I'm probably not going to worry too much about what's at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, there's a cave in here. It doesn't go down very deep though. Dock, yes. Let's first off, we'll make this a little bit smoother, because you generally won't have docks in such kind of rough area. No, maybe it is a bad place for a dock. Maybe a dock is the wrong word. Maybe just like a jetty, maybe a jetty. I'm trying to stay away from kind of random builds, because I'm trying to keep this kind of continuous. So I'm trying to keep it things that are natural and things that might be kind of in this ruined world. So a treehouse is cool, but maybe it doesn't fit. So here we go. I'm going to go with, I guess, a rock brush. BR rock. Let's do andesite. 590. And we're just going to use this just to pad out a little bit on the bottom here. I'm going to think about how I'm going to do a dock, if I'm going to do a dock. I mean, I don't have to do a dock, but I can still do some work down here regardless. It doesn't matter. It's not as if there's any problem with making stuff look good. A ravine. I'm not sure there's a good place for a ravine right now. I mean, we kind of have a ravine down the middle here. It's not a real ravine, but I mean, it's sort of a ravine, isn't it? This this valley here. It's kind of a ravine. Thinking, yeah, let's. I'm going to flatten this out a little, just above the water level, and we'll get some sand in maybe. Beach. We'll try and make this look a little bit gentler anyway, because at the moment it looks quite rough and tough. It's not really the right aesthetic for a place that is going to have a nice a jetty in it. Jetties typically. Docks and jetties typically in nice, gentle areas. So let's do a cell convex here. So this is our convex polyhedral selection, which sounds a lot more complicated than it is. Basically, this allows me to select any kind of 3D shape that I like. It doesn't have to be a square, which means that what I can do is to let's bring it all the way out here, actually. Actually select big areas and turn them into what I want. So I'm going to do here, if we do replace air, sand, boom, we can put a nice gentle beach in there, real easy, no worries. What I'm going to do is need to select down here as well, so that we can kind of fill that area too. We'll do that again. Boom, 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 nice. So let's kind of expand the sand out a little bit. Bring it over this way. I know this doesn't really work so well with what we've got, but because of this is supposed to be kind of rough seas that have created this area, but it's okay. We'll kind of work it out. Go over here and here. What kind of pizza is it? Is it pepperoni? I hope it's pepperoni. Actually, I hope it's not pepperoni. I don't really like pepperoni that much. I think my favorite kind of pizza, actually. So just kind of working in the sand now a little bit. So I'm going to try and kind of shape it around the edge here. I'm going to bring this over here, down here. Over to here and here, down, let's see here, maybe like here, we can get the bottom section in there, so let's do that, boom, 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 and boom, nice. This is working really well, actually. Look, we're getting this kind of nice curve, which is kind of difficult to do. It's not perfect curve, but it's okay. This is actually a new technique, one that I've never used before, this particular methodology, so this is kind of an experiment form, and it seems to be working kind of nice, actually. So let's just kind of select the base here as well, and we'll do that. And I think we can get the last little bit in. Let's just bring it actually all the way. Oh, I've lost my brush, haven't I? So let's just get a new water removing brush, and we will just clear a little bit more water here so that we can get the sand all the way in. Start again here because I've lost where I was. I'm going to bring it kind of all the way down here just so that it kind of doesn't just stop randomly, which I don't really want. Like this, and we need to also select the bottom, like that. And there we go. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. So we can do... Whoops. This. And it's going to be a little tricky. I'm not too worried, actually. It doesn't really matter too much. No one's going to investigate this too closely. But that actually does kind of settle my... Nice. Just kind of settle my mind a little bit, because I've been a little bit uneasy about this corner and the transition between the sandy area and the not so sandy area. So this is a little bit nicer. We have a proper transition. In fact, let's introduce some more sand here as well while we're at it, because it's kind of fun actually. I'm quite enjoying this technique. So let's bring the sand up to here, say. Actually, let's bring it all the way in to take this spot. And we need to take the low ground as well. Boom, boom. This. And we'll take it to here too. Kind of come in here. Also, yeah, low spot. Need to take the low spot. Pop bomb, pop bomb. And we'll bring it all the way out here, maybe. Here, and we'll see what happens. Boom. Yeah, it kind of works. If you want to get some more selections, what's this? A big hole down here. Let's get rid of that. Let's try that again. And boom. Yeah, cool. It's a bit rigid at the moment, but we can resolve that. No worries. So let's take this spot along here. Low spot as well. Grab those, and we can get kind of here, I suppose. Like this, maybe. And it didn't work. Okay. Why didn't it work? What? Oh no. Yeah, it's glitching. Sometimes it does this, unfortunately. This brush sometimes just stops working after a while. It's annoying, to say the least. So we maybe have to call it a day with this. Yeah, okay, it's not working now. We broke the brush. We used the brush too many times. So we'll call it a day for now on that. But we really did kind of smooth this area out a lot, which is nice. So, let's see if we can put in a cool dock area now. So we do need to figure out where the water level is, and it is about here. So the sand is actually just covered by the water, which is fine. I want to make this a little bit deeper. So I'm going to do a BR rock, air, 3, mask, nothing, no mask. So just going to use this to grab back a little bit of space here that we can use for kind of building into. We don't want to have like sharp, craggy rocks in a place where we're supposed to have boats. It's just not, that's not realistic. Boats, you just wouldn't tether your boat here if it was dangerous. So cool. Yes, nice. So let's just check the water level again. So about here, yeah, it looks okay. Let's go for a smooth here. BR, BB, BBB, is it? Yeah. Blend ball, okay. So we can use the blend ball to quickly smooth out these areas. Make it a little bit more appealing looking for rocks, not for rocks, for boats. As I say, we're not going to build. Nobody's going to build a dock in a place where boats are just going to get wrecked. Like, that's a stupid thing to do. So, yes. Now, one thing that we can do actually here is we can do a little bit of storytelling potentially with the placement of items here. So if I were to build a dock here, there's nothing stopping me from having the volcano actually cut it off, for example. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just as a possibility, the volcano could be all the way out here, actually cutting the entire dock off from the sea, because maybe the volcano expanded since the dock was built. It's supposed to be an ancient kind of thing. That helps to explain to the viewer, the user, oh, this volcano is a recent thing, it's not, these people didn't build next to a volcano while it was erupting, for example. But I'm not going to do that in this case. It's kind of an idea. Alrighty, so let's check again. So the water level is kind of up to here, which is good. So let's actually mark on the water level, because I'm getting annoyed at having to check it all the time. So let's take this spot here, and we can just go kind of all the way over here. And we do replace stone andesite, maybe. Oh, okay. Sell cuboid. So you go back to a cuboid collection. Let's go here, actually. So if we come over here... Yeah, the volcano... Who knows? Who knows what the volcano was? Oh, no, that was stupid. I think I messed up. No, I didn't. It's okay. There we go. So we got the water level now. So this is the last block, which will be covered by water. So everything above this should be water-free. Yes. Okay. So this is actually kind of the perfect level. Yeah, I like to imagine the volcano maybe was just kind of a small, gentle thing when it was built. So kind of Pompeii sort of thing, where the volcano wasn't that big a deal, or it wasn't really understood to be a volcano, I suppose. Maybe it was. Maybe that's why they built here. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Well, ancient peoples used to worship volcanoes and things quite a lot because you know, it's very unusual. Anyway, so let's go for a little dock then. We're going to start with some quartz area. So let's start with thinking let's get us just kind of a basin, a base in, not a basin, a base in. So go down a little. How many blocks down is that? Just one, I think, actually. Is that right? Let's dig it out. I'm going to dig this out anyway, so it's on this level. This is kind of the level that we want to be. So I'm just going to dig into the mountain a little, and then let's do here. And we can do set 155, and boom, that gives us a little base for us to work from. In fact, let's bring the base down just a little bit. Oh, it was silly, wasn't it? Wrong click. Okay, though. So let's just do here. So we can do set 155, and that gives us a quartz platform to begin work here. So let's start by, I guess we'll clear this off. Don't really want rocks sticking through the platform in the middle. But I'm going to try and work as much as I can with the terrain, because that's one of the great joys of Minecraft, really, is the... I mean, I know I built the terrain myself, but it remains the same. Even building on a pre-built terrain, working with the terrain, you know, you never know exactly what you're going to build. And that's one of the great things, I think, in Minecraft, is to kind of let your creativity run with the space that you're given, and kind of let the terrain dictate what the building looks like, rather than you dictate onto the terrain. So I'm noticing immediately on the left here, this should be quartz, probably, shouldn't it? There's no reason this wouldn't be quartz as well. Boom, and I'm thinking we could maybe do like colonnades around the edges. Don't have to be super big, super deep structures, but colonnades maybe on the left side here, and yeah, let's bring it forward a little, actually. So we'll make it into kind of a square shape. I'm gonna bring this forward. I think I'm gonna let it end when the rock kind of naturally ends it, but we can do, I think, let's say we can do some colonnades on it. Would be cool. Alright, so about here I think is a goodish place to stop. Quartz. That maybe. Boom. Now we can get, as I say, some colonnades here on the left. Could be nice. So let's go for that. So I want to have a back wall, really. So let's cut into the cliff edge just a little. to give us some space for the back wall. I want it to be kind of a sheer wall, so it's not. I don't have to build the back so much. And then we can almost have grass growing over it. Would be cool. Which song is this one? Actually, I'll find out what song it is. Oh, it's Approaching Nirvana. Well, I knew that. Waiting for the Sun. Interesting. So this is a new one. One of the newer ones. I actually vetted the whole Waiting for the Sun album and found that most of the songs actually weren't super appropriate. They're a bit upbeat for me. But this one made the cut. And I think this is the title, actually, of the newest album. So, title track. So that's good, at least. So let's go. I think I'm going to go for a flat roof, actually, and we can maybe have some kind of cool overgrowth on it. So let's go. I'm going to grab the chiseled, the quartz block set here. And go for some chiseled blocks on top. And then we can go for. I think definitely. Don't we? Dumb not to. Bomb and bump. Which is the best one for you, Tokay? Which is your favourite track in this playlist? And let's get tricky how I want to do this. Oh, it says quiet, does it? Oh, it's probably quiet. Yeah, it probably is called quiet, actually. Yeah, it is called quiet. Sorry. See how much I know. I guess that's why it's more chill, or I guess that's not surprising that it's more chill then, I suppose, if it's called quiet. But yeah, it's a bit more relaxed than some of the more some of the other more recent Approaching Nirvana songs. Aura. You have to tell me when that comes on, because I don't know if I know Aura by name. I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't think I could tell you which. I don't think I could like hum it or anything. I'm thinking like this, and so we get kind of a. Yeah, I think I want it to actually come out a little bit, so it's more like this. Maybe? Who knows? We'll find out in a second. Like that. Yeah, let's bring it forward. So I think I can just cut and paste this. Do a cut. What? Cut. Move over and do a paste. Whoa, not that far. Paste. And like that. And that gives me kind of what I want. And I'm actually going to go for I think, flat surface inside. So it's kind of like a balcony almost. I think chiseled quartz is best. I don't want it to be too high edge. So let's do set 155. I'm lazy. Boom. That gives us like a little thing there. Yeah, maybe a little taller actually. It looks a bit top heavy. So let's do that. We'll just shift this whole thing up by 1. We can shift the terrain as well actually. I was thinking maybe we don't want to shift the terrain, but I think the terrain can move too, and we'll just work it back in. If we do a cut, we move up, we do a paste. We actually moved up 2 blocks. That might be too much actually. Let's undo that. And we'll undo that, and we'll do another cut. And we'll do a paste. There we go. Nope, that didn't work at all. Okay, so let's do a cut. And a paste. No! Why is this so hard? This shouldn't be as hard as it is. Cut. Paste. Gotcha. Okay. So we do need to quickly work this back in. Should have taken the tops off these pillars probably. But that's okay. We'll just move them by hand. I like to mix it up a bit. And And pillar quartz. There we go. Yeah, that's a more appropriate height, I think. And I kind of want a pillar on the left as well. So let's do that. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. So that gives us like a little thing. I don't know what it is yet. I'm not sure anyone knows what it is yet, because I made it and I don't know, so nobody knows what this is. But we'll find out over time. So I think a building up here would be cool, actually, like a tower. But let's level this out. Pew pew pew. And I'm gonna go for something up here. Let's go for. It's art. Art, yes. Nobody really knows what art is. Tell me what art is. Anybody can tell me what art is. I will give you, well, I won't give you a Nobel Prize, but someone will probably give you a Nobel Prize. Succinctly describe art in such a fashion that anybody could understand you. And that encompasses all types of art. Go. I leave this as an exercise for the reader. That's a little academia joke for anyone. If you see, this is left as an exercise for the reader. Generally, that means this is hard and I don't want to have to do it. Boom. So yeah, like this, I think, and then we can have a little platform. We can have a little tower on it. Art is, it's actually incredibly hard to describe art. Personally, I think art needs to be, I mean, I think art needs to be an expression of, skill is important to me. Like, I don't think anything that is skill-less is an art form. So, while creativity is a kind of skill, so, for example, there are some paintings which are it's just two tones, say. It's blue at the top and white at the bottom, and it's a specific shade of blue and a specific shade of white, whatever, and it's huge. Like, the initial reaction is, that's not art, but, I could do, or this reaction of, I could do that, anyone could do that, if they, you know, if I thought of it, I could have done it, but, I mean, you didn't think of it, so... I would say that is a kind of art. You can't be derivative though. You can't just copy what someone else did. If it's skillless, that is. I mean, even if it's not skillless, copying what someone else did is no good. It needs to be original, I suppose, to be art. And it mustn't be too derivative. If people can see, people can predict what you're going to do, I would say it's not art. Art is it catches you unawares. It's unexpected. In a way that it's kind of hard to describe. You know, like a joke. A joke is I suppose comedy is a type of art, I suppose. Jokes, they catch you unawares. If you know what's coming, it's not funny. And I think art is the same way. If you know what's coming, then it's not really art. You know, duplicating the same object over and over again is not art. There has to be this creative process involved. But as I say, it also, in my opinion, I suppose that the ceiling of opportunity is way increased by some skill, I suppose. Like, you know, there's only so many ways you can paint a canvas in two tones, whereas there is an infinite number of ways you can paint a beautiful portrait, for example. But again, you have to have that element of surprise to it. It needs to be unique and original. I think, it's, in my opinion, very, very important for what art is. So there we go. A little treatise on the definition of art for you, because why not? You've got to listen to me. I got to ramble about something, right? I actually started listening to yeah, this would be fun. I started listening to. I don't know philosophy. I'm not trained in philosophy. I've not gone to lessons in philosophy. But I started listening to a lecture by. I think it might be in Oxford. I'm not sure. I think it was an Oxford University lecture on philosophy. I think I'm gonna do that more often. Actually, I'm gonna investigate a little bit, have a little bit more training on philosophy because an interesting subject. So I've got an interesting question actually. Ah, but it doesn't have to be visual though, does it, Turkey? Think about music, for example. That's not visual. I mean, you're imagining kind of fine art, I suppose. So yeah, I've got an interesting question for anybody who's interested in having a little bit of philosophical debate. So there is in the philosophy of politics, there are two camps. There's probably more than two camps to be fair. But there is an interesting debate to be had between what are they called? Bomb. I don't remember the other camp, but there are two. There's a camp called the I'm losing the name now. Oh, I've messed up. Functionalist, is it? Maybe something like functionalists. Basically, this ideal is that we should do whatever makes the most people happy. But music is a type of art, I would say, and certainly music and visual media can cross over. So, for example, I produce. I would say, I mean, it's not like fine art, but I would say I produce a form of art in the form of time lapses. Or I mean, to be fair, let's discount me from this completely. Movies are art, but I mean, movie is a combination of music, sound, and moving pictures. So I mean, that's not. You know, is that art or is that not art? Because I mean, that combines visual media and still media. So, or not still media, but audible media. So I would say that is it's still art for sure. And I mean, art as well. Art is a real thing, and it has oftentimes it has an audible property, and I mean, it may not be very important to the art, but I mean, for example, if I have a statue, the statue has an audibility. It has a sound, and I mean, that may not be it may not be a deliberate part of the art, but it also may be. You know, if I touch the statue, or if I slap the statue, or push the statue, it's a real object, and it has an audibility about it, and so it's impossible to have a purely visual object, because they also do have audibility. Everything is art. Well, I don't know. I think things that are extremely derivative maybe could be said to be not art. I'm going to go with this now, actually. I'm going to go with like a real kind of pyramidal tower of these pillars, since that seems to be where I'm working to. I don't want it to be too tall, so try and keep it under control in terms of height, but yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. Is we'll see what it ends up like. It might be way too big, and we can just delete it. So we're going to go up by 2, and then we'll have a stair on there. And we can put a stair on the top. So we want that on there. Stairs on here. And then we're going to go for... is this going to work? Yeah, I suppose we just lose the... we lose the corner one now. We just go for the interior one instead. We'll see what happens anyway, as we work through this. Boom, boom. Aurora. This is the best song, is it? Yeah. I know this one. Yeah, good song. A bit more excitable. Maybe you're more of a dancey type music listener. Personally, I'm not so keen. I used to be, when I was at uni, I used to like for a brief time I liked really kind of dancey type stuff, but not really anymore. So like generic dubstep, for example. Oh, I hate it. I mean, it's kind of gone out of fashion, to be fair, so I think I'm not the only one. But like stuff like Skrillex, for example, was just bad. At first I didn't know any better, and then I quickly realised, oh wait, this is actually not very good. And I was a big fan of what was called liquid dubstep for a while. And that kind of died a little bit, but it turned out that liquid dubstep was just dubstep in a mask. So I realised that wasn't quite right for me either. And I quite was a big fan of chill step, which is like liquid dubstep, but a lot less bassy, I suppose. It has a lot less of the kind of chainsaw synth, I think it might be called. Chainsaw bass, that typical, you know, like what? Imagine what a Skrillex song sounds like. That's called chainsaw. I would call it chainsaw bass, chainsaw synth. Just awful. Sounds bad. Getting kind of cool shape here, actually. I mean, it's kind of wrong. It's probably not going to look good by the time I'm finished here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think maybe we could put a roof on it now, and let's do that. So put a roof on it, and we'll just see what we ended up with. Fun. Yes, chill step has a lot less of that chainsaw synth. But again, I don't know, I kind of got turned off that a little bit as well, because it's quite similar in a lot of ways. Like, it doesn't have a lot of variety. My go-to music at the moment is actually I like to go super chill. So I went one chiller even, kind of, I'm not sure what you call it, ambient psytrance maybe? So like very, very chilled out electronic music, I suppose. Like, it's not super chilled out. There's definitely one, it goes one deeper, like just ambient music, for example, is chiller. But yes, very, very chilled out music. Stuff like carbon-based life forms. Door comes forth. What? What is door? So let me see here. I think I'm gonna go like this maybe, and put some joining sections in. I think maybe put them back so that we maintain the depth a little bit. But I do want to kind of join these up a lot more so that they're a bit more connected. You know what, we could do a beacon maybe, like the Lighthouse of Alexandria was imagined to look like a big flaming beacon. So let's try that actually. We'll make a little lighthouse. That's kind of what I'm building here actually. I've just realised it looks quite a lot like drawings I've seen of the Lighthouse of Alexandria. So that's probably what we're going for. Was it Lighthouse of Alexandria? I think it was. There's also the library in Alexandria, right? I think. What Alexandria is famous for? Great library. Oh, I see. Door. Music. Door. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. C418. I think. I assume that's from the Minecraft soundtrack. I don't actually know. I hope I'm allowed to use them as well. That's something that I've had implied consent for using C418 music. I haven't actually actively sought out consent for that because I figure it's in the Minecraft soundtrack. It should be okay, right? But that may be an incorrect assumption. So hopefully Hopefully I'm allowed to use it. Gonna have a little bit of a work on the inside here. Boom, those look okay. Yeah, it looks okay. Cool. So let's go for a... How am I going to do, like, a beacon shape? That's a good question. So let's go for... I'm thinking like this, and then kind of an actual, like... kind of cop, I suppose, on top. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder what, well, I don't wonder, but I would like to see some more kind of drawings of what ancient Greek and Roman structures actually looked like, because, as I say, they were they're very much whitewashed by today's interpretation of them, even though that was not the case at the time. There are some drawings of them where they may have really looked like being painted. It's quite heavy, isn't it? I think it's too heavy. This one's mutation, is it? Or was that the one... Oh, yeah. It's too heavy, isn't it? I'm not tall enough. Let's shrink it down. Let's take out this row. I don't think we need it. I think that should help a lot. The weight of this structure. Really bring the weight down. We don't need these hanging pillars. And nothing. Worthless. So let's check it out. See what it looks like now. Oh, I don't know about worthless actually. Whoops. I think maybe the stripes in the middle are making this look a bit weird. These things that are connecting the pillars. This beam, I suppose. These guys should go, maybe. Yeah. It looks a bit like a little bit of a chode house. What? Rude words. Don't Google that, kids. I want to bring this down by one level, so let's see if we can do that kind of without too much effort. So if we do a cut, paste, paste, there we go, and then we can do a copy paste on this one. Hello Josh, by the way. So we do a copy, and we do a paste. Whoops. And we do a paste. Yeah. Looks a bit weird still. I don't think this is a very good shape actually. Let's alter this. Let's change, first off, we'll put some chiseled quartz in. I kinda wanna put actual steps. I don't think they went in for so much this pyramid shape actually. I think they were more on the kind of ledges, a lot of ledges. So we're going to go for some ledges instead of these slopes. This looks kind of a little bit more gothic, really, and it shouldn't. Hello, people outside. Having a good day watching me. One of the more interesting things to do actually in Minecraft is what I've been doing just now, which is to just build, just get distracted and just build and see what comes out. Usually it's not great, but it does create some interesting structures. as I say, usually they're not good structures, but they can be quite cool and interesting. I suppose it's like an exercise in I mean, that's I suppose an expression of art, a very pure expression of art, and I mean that's kind of something that is interesting about art, is that art can suck. Doesn't stop it being art necessarily. I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of a lighthouse. That's kind of what I'm imagining. Like the lighthouse at Alexandria is kind of my inspiration for this one. Let's maybe bring this in again. I'm going to turn it into like a very tall... Whoops. Tall structure. Hello, Crazy Park. Good morning, friend. Or good afternoon, or good evening. Or good night. I don't know. I don't want to judge you. Or tell you your business. Particularly not what time of day it is where you are. Oops. Oh. Boom. Oh yes, I was gonna start talking. I was gonna ask some interesting philosophical questions actually, because but then I was distracted. So I remembered it's the utilitarians are a political philosophy who believe that we should do whatever makes the most people most happy. And I'm a big believer of utilitarianism, to be honest. I think that's a good way to go. But we get some interesting questions arising from this. So say the Matrix, basically. If you have a Matrix type situation where everybody can go into a machine or hooks up with a machine and they feel great, everybody feels just wonderful. But is it right or is it wrong to do that? To hook everybody up to a machine where they all feel great all the time, but it's fake. It's like fake. It's fake stuff in there. So you know, they're not real. Imagine basically the Matrix. So everybody's like, oh, I can have a nice life. I can, you know, go to work. I can have friends, etc., etc. But as soon as I come out of the machine, as soon as I disconnect from the machine, I stop having access to that. I stop being happy. Is that right or is that wrong? Basically, I mean, society could evolve that way one day. I'm interested to know what you guys think. So tell me, or don't, and I'll just kind of be kind of awkward and have posed a question with no response. And that's okay as well. And then I'll just kind of talk for a little bit, and then I'll tell you my answer, like a really awkward lecturer. Okay, well, I assume no one's going to respond then, so, sad times. So as I say, I think yes, yeah, that sounds great. Let's all go into the Matrix. Screw it, who cares? Like, but this has a real big question about what happiness is, and apparently some people, according to this lecture that I listened to yesterday, some people actually think that happiness stops being happiness if you find out that it wasn't true, which is weird. Like, so the example given was if you're happily married, but then it turns out actually your wife was cheating, and suddenly you're no longer happily married. It's okay. You're. If it turns out you're suddenly no longer happily married because, you know, your wife was actually a cheater, were you not happy before, is the question. Do you suddenly become not happy? Does your previous happiness suddenly turn to ash, as it were? And I would say, well, no, you were still happy. You may not be happy anymore, and you may not be able to extract any present day, you know, reminiscence and feel good about how you felt before, but I'd say... I mean, it doesn't take away the fact that you were happy before, which is, as I say, allegedly some people really think that if happiness is kind of based on fake truth, then on untruth, then it's not real, which is, well, not that it's not real, but that it doesn't exist. I don't understand. I mean, I think happiness is happiness regardless of the source. So if it's based on nonsense. This looks terrible. It looks like an office building. Ugh. Alright, how am I going to fix this? Maybe we need to put steps in like this. Maybe that will help. I'm really kind of messing this one up, I think. Bong, bong. I need to focus more, maybe. Boom, boom. A little better. Maybe it's too tall at the top. It's definitely too tall at the top. Let's bring the top down. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. +2. And we do a cut. And we go down and we do a paste. There we go. Still looks weird. I don't know what's wrong with it. I guess it's not the fact that it doesn't have a roof, maybe? Maybe we can fit a roof in. Ah, that'll do it, I reckon. Let's go for a roof in here. Yeah, well, we had an experiment, and if it fails, then it fails. But I think a roof will fix this, actually. They need roofs. So we're going to end up with kind of like a weird... I'm not sure what this is called, actually. Maybe someone can tell me the architectural term for having a roof, which is like a sub-roof. Like, it's not the actual peak of the building. A roof from which more building is constructed out of that roof. Which is, yeah, I don't know what exactly that would be called. It's a weird concept. Like in the West, we like to put, sometimes we put windows in the roof, so if you've got like a loft conversion or a loft, we call it a loft conversion usually in the UK, but of course it doesn't have to be a conversion, it may have been built that way originally. Oh, we call it a loft. That's an interesting thing. The interior of the roof. The loft in the UK. Whereas I believe it's called an attic usually in the... Oh gosh, why is my face so itchy? Hold on. Moisturize me. Oh wow, wasn't expecting that. We got some moisturizer, but get a little bit of makeup tutorial here. So first we put on the moisturizer, and then that's it. There's nothing else. You'll now look beautiful all day. Awesome. Righty. There we go. Hopefully that will stop. I don't know why that... Maybe it will stop it itching. Dry skin tends to cause itching. And it is dry skin season again. It is in winter. The skin gets dry. And it sucks. Actually. I hate it. It's the least good thing in the world. It's having horrible dry skin. I have particularly dry skin. I don't know if you can tell. Comes across good on camera, but sucks. I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice so long as it's well kept, but basically sucks to have dry skin. Like, I don't know, oily skin is probably better than dry skin. Alrighty, let's see here. Red terracotta. Boom. Anyway, I was doing some a little bit of philosophy, and I got on. I mentioned the utilitarians, who, as I say, believe that the best thing is the thing that creates the most happiness. But there's also a group. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. They believe that there's a moral right. So an example is this is quite a contrived example, but say a bad person has been doing a lot of crimes around the town, and they die, and you're the sheriff of the town. It's like a Wild West town, say. So a bad guy has been doing a lot of bad things around town, and then he dies. And everyone in the town is getting kind of uppity and angry, and they want something to be done about this bad guy who's been doing bad things. But there is no you as the sheriff know that he's dead, but there's no way that you can prove to the townsfolk that he's dead. So there's no way that you can prove to the townsfolk that everything's actually okay. And they're starting to get angry. They're going to have a riot. And there's a guy in the jail. There's a homeless guy in the jail who he just wants to die. He hates his life. He just wants to die. And you could hang the homeless guy. It would make him happy. He just wants to die, and it would make the townspeople happy because they would have seen somebody hang for the crimes that have been committed in their town. Is it right to hang a scapegoat if it makes everybody happy? And personally, I would say yes. Screw it. Hang the homeless guy if he wants to die anyway. Sounds fine to me. Stop the riots. Yeah, sounds fine to me, to be honest. But no, a lot of people think that that's not right. And I would say, well, why not? What's wrong with that? Somebody tell me. I mean, I do understand that there is this notion of being the moral good, and that we should kind of strive to aspire to do it. But I mean, if it doesn't make people happy, what's the point? All right. So this is kind of awkward, actually. This conjunction of the kill the town. Well, I mean, that doesn't make them happy, so that's the wrong response, actually. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't... Oh, so you're taking a completely different standpoint. Well, I see where you're coming from, actually. So your point is that the townsfolk don't deserve to be happy, because they have because they're out for blood or whatever, right? Or are you just being edgy? I mean, I could totally see. I could see what you're saying. That yeah, the townsfolk don't deserve to be happy because they're out for blood. Yeah, the roof makes it look a bit better. I'm trying to decide whether or not to do. I think I'm gonna go with this, actually. And then we can maybe we can resolve it when we ruin it. This transition between the chiseled and the roof. So, or maybe here's what I'm thinking, actually. Let's just kind of do this. Boom. Looks kind of weird, but it's okay. We'll fix it when we fix the when we ruin it. You know what? Let's build this up by one as well, like that. Oh. No, it didn't help. My face is still itching. Ugh. I swear I'm not picking my nose. Yeah, no, if everybody's dead, then there's no happiness. But I mean, that's bad. So, I mean, this utilitarian idea actually does run into a few issues. Because, which you just kind of touched on. Is it okay then should we farm happiness? Like, should we, should we deliberately breed people so that they can be happy? Is that a right thing to do? Well, I would say probably not, no. I don't think it's right to create people deliberately with the intention of making them happy just to increase the net happiness of the world. That seems a bit wrong. It's an interesting question, anyway. Okay, so I think we've salvaged it a little bit with this roof, the addition of this roof, and then maybe we can put something on the very top here. Maybe we could go for another roof. Maybe I can copy a roof. I wonder if I've got a little roof lying around somewhere. Any roofs around? No, nothing small enough. So we'll have to make a little small roof. You can do that though. Oh, yeah. No biggie. So it's not a lighthouse at all. It's just going to be something else. Let's make a quite sharp roof on this one actually, just for the sake of it looking different. It's a 45-degree angle roof. Down here. And it's solid terracotta, so no wonder this building got ruined. Go kind of like this. Make it kind of a heavy as well, a heavier roof. Heavy, small, heavy, and steep. We'll see what it looks like. Maybe it'll be too heavy. Boom. Oh. Go in here with this. Find the right blocks. So chisel blocks. Looks okay, I think. Same thing over here. Boom. 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 A boom. There. Would you rather be the only person in the world to be happy and everyone else is depressed, or everyone in the world is happy and you're the only one depressed? Oh, goodness me, that is a great question. Hello, Hyper Universe. Ho ho ho. Yeah, no, that's a good question. Is it better for one? I don't know. I mean, it's a difficult question because we don't really know the definition of happiness very well. And I mean, if I'm specifically happy, then, you know, it doesn't really matter, right? In my opinion, happiness is the most important thing. So if I'm happy, I guess it doesn't matter. But I mean, what I would be concerned about is that everybody else being sad would make me sad. It's very heavy, the roof. Maybe we can make it lighter, or should make it lighter. Let's make it lighter. I don't think it should be as steep as this. Lighten the load a little, because it looks a bit chonk, a bit too chonk. Yeah, so I think the thing is that if I were depressed and the whole world would be happy, I would do that for the sake of being... Ultimately, it would be about me being happy, right? I'd be happy because I made everyone else happy. But obviously, in this preconceived condition, I would not be happy because you've told me that I'm not happy. So, tricky, really. Yes, this is the Java edition. Go along here. Kind of, I think it's okay, actually. Boom. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Not really what I had in mind, at all, but it's okay. Let's go with, I want to put some kind of groundwork in, and by groundwork I mean literal groundwork, so let's go for a little bit of staircase, I think, staircasing. So we want to have a way up, all the way up here, I think. So that's, well, we can, you know, this is overgrown, whatever, that's fine. Let's go for some staircase in here. Actually, let's work it up. We'll work it up from the bottom. So let's take this out and make it a little bit smoother. And we're going to need some staircase in here, I think, that leads up there for a start. So let's push this back a little more. And okay, let's go for a staircase in here. Quite a big one. Actually, let's go for pretty wide, but also shallow staircase. It's not quite as steep as what we've had elsewhere. It'll be a bit tricky to get it to work, but we'll have a go. Yes. Up. Up. So that works nicely. And we'll keep going up. I think there should be a quicker way of doing this, but I don't really... Actually, I do know how to do this. Make this quicker. Let's make an actual good unit first. So let's fill the base out here with... where are my blocks? I've lost my quartz block. Block of quartz. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. So if I'm not mistaken, like this. What? Why is that not working? Oh, it has worked already. If I do a copy, then I can just go here and I can do a paste. I can go here and I can do a paste. Cool. Yeah. Actually, let's bring that down a little so that we can have a flat surface here. Yep, that looks nice. And we're going to do a rotate. So we do a rotate 90. And we can do a paste. And it didn't work. Oh, it did work. Okay, so we got a little bit of an issue here. We need to be standing on there to do this, don't we? So we copied it at a bad location, but it's okay. Bum bum. Let's go for a little plaza here. Oh, I have a dishwasher. No. I have to wash dishes by hand and it sucks. I wish I had a dishwasher. Yeah, no. Big problem in my life, actually, not having a dishwasher. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. It sucks. Aha, we have a problem. So really we want this to kind of move smoothly, join on. So we need to move this over 2 more, but we've just about got space for that, so let's do that. How would I want to do that? Thinking about how I can do that. The best way to do that. Let's bring this, like, well, let's make this a huge staircase actually, because it looks cooler that way. Do you have a dishwasher or no dishwasher? Dishwasher is one of the greatest things in life, greatest inventions in life. I'd say washing dishes just is the worst thing. It's just not fun. It doesn't help. I quite like to cook, but I hate washing dishes. Like, it's my pet peeve. And cooking obviously creates quite a lot of mess, so just sucks. It's the most first world problem ever, isn't it? No dishwasher. I almost bought a dishwasher, in fact. It's a rented house, but I almost bought like a tabletop dishwasher that just plugs in. I'm like that desperate. In fact, I did buy one, but it was too good to be true on eBay, and it never came, so I got my money back. Yeah, it was. So I did actually buy a dishwasher. That lazy. Like I don't even know how it would work, to be honest. A tabletop dishwasher. Like what? Do you have to wash dishes? Do you like chores? Cool. So let's see here. I want to move this over and back. So let's do it. And over here. Yeah, I can drink tap water. This, look at this. Oh, a lovely bottle of tap water. Yours for only $3.99. Oops. Pressed the wrong button. Distracted by the tap water. Okay. So we're gonna bring this all the way up. You know what? I made a mistake, I think. Yeah. Oh well, it's okay. Minecraft's good like that. Like, you make a mistake, you just don't have to. I mean, it sucks, but you know, you can just fix it. I've realised, why would this have a ramp like that when we could just go straight over? Okay, but well, we'll build in the staircase for now, and we'll see what happens. So this is a nice steep staircase now because we're running out of space. Keep going up. Boom. And you not drink the tap water where you're from? I know in a lot of places you can't. I think in the US, it's actually some places can't drink the tap water still. Kind of bad. Yeah, Minecraft is it's great. Okay, so I wanna break this up because that's not gonna look good. It's gonna look boring. Whoops. So let's get a little platform on here, and we'll try and kind of make this look a little bit more interesting. Not quite so. Oh, I don't have a gun. What? I can't have a gun. I'm not allowed a gun. Guns are banned in this country. I do not own a gun. So, I mean, do with that what you will. You can try and rob me if you like. But, I mean, you could rob anybody in this country because nobody has guns. I know in Switzerland you guys love guns. You guys have, everyone has, there's a gun in like every house, right, in Switzerland, I seem to remember. Yeah, what, is that a big surprise? Do I not sound like I'm from the UK? Can you not tell from my, my lovely English accent and thrilling tones that I am an Englishman, born and bred? So I'm trying to work out how to do this. I kind of want to dig it into the hill. Have, oh, okay. Well, my accent is the most British that there is. No, it's not, but it is a British accent. And now I'm done with the singing. I have been building this map for a very long time. Ages is the answer. 6 months. Longer than that, maybe. It's been 6 months that I've been working on the bit kind of around here. It's been a long time. Too long, arguably. That's my answer to that question. I think it's been. Well, you can go back and see actually if you're interested. You can go find out. The streams are all on the channel, and I did all the work on this stream. So. They're they're like single-shot rifles, though, right? They're not like semi-automatic. You wouldn't really. I think. Oh, also they don't have ammo. I guess that's probably not much good. But I feel like having like a big rifle that can fire one bullet or whatever. I think that's acceptable. Like you save yourself from a bear or an intruder, but you're not gonna go. You can't go on a mass shooting rampage with it. So yeah, I don't know. I think Switzerland has a pretty good gun culture. Actually, the culture around guns is very mature and responsible. Which I mean, a lot of countries, some not naming any names, could aspire to have that kind of culture with guns. I think the UK certainly could do with some better gun culture. I mean, obviously, lawful citizens don't own guns, but we do have a little bit that gun culture of America creeping in. I mean, it's nowhere near the same, but I mean, criminals do use guns. I mean, obviously the general public don't have guns, but we do have this culture of it's not like idolizing guns, but guns are seen as I don't know. They're kind of glorified in a weird way, in a way that I believe in Switzerland is simply not the case. Yeah. Most countries nobody has guns actually. This is actually creeping a bit wide now. This staircase. I'm going to try and narrow it down a bit. I'm going to keep it within the realms of realism. Oh, this nose! Stop! I've probably got like a bright red nose now, have I? It's so itchy. No! I entombed myself. Alrighty, let's put a rock back in there. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And you know what I'm going to do actually? Let's trace out on the surface where this needs to go, and then we can kind of dig into it as we go along. Like this. And I guess that's about it for digging into the surface, so we can kind of, so here's what I'm basically going to do is try to get 3 blocks on all of them. 3 blocks here. And we go for 3 blocks in here. We need to obviously take out the top a little bit. Kind of don't want to move that tree if I can leave it. Yeah, I think it can stay there. I have some backups, not too many backups. Backups are a good idea. Keep reminding me to make backups, actually. And I should do it so that I don't lose them. I don't lose my saves. My save, that is. Definitely make some backups. More backups than I have at the moment. Boom. Cool. Running out of space a little bit here. I might need to... Let's take a little bit more room back. Actually, no, I think that's okay. Yeah, we're okay. So, put there, and to there. What I don't want is areas of this where you can't walk, i.e. everything needs to be a single half step so that it's easy to walk up and down, because that's one of the most frustrating things in Minecraft is a staircase where there are whole block steps in the middle of it somewhere. Trying to work out whether this is how I want it to be. I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It's kind of a bit regular in a way that I don't really want it to be, but nothing I can do about that, I think. No, I'm afraid no joining. It's just a private server, so it's just me on this server, and it's actually hosted on my local machine, so unfortunately no opportunity for anybody to join. I prefer to work on my own anyway. Means there's no possibility of drama. I can do exactly what I want without stepping on anyone's toes. Like, no one likes other people telling them what to do. I don't like anyone telling me what to do, and I like to tell other people what to do if they're in my way. So, this is, I think it's best for everyone if I don't socialize with other people in Minecraft. Ends in tears, basically. No, it doesn't end in tears. That's unfair. But yeah, I don't know. Nobody likes other people building over their stuff. And as I say, I like to have the final say on everything I do. So really, there's no opportunity for other people to join. Sadly, well, not too sadly. As I say, it's my choice. But and so yeah, that's that question. Alright, we're kind of stretching the path again a little bit. We need to try and keep it under control. Here. Looks kind of cool though. Actually nearly out of time. So I'm gonna need to leave it at that for this area. So let's have a look around. So we built this stuff down here today. Not the greatest thing I've ever built, but I think once we get ruins in here, it'll look a bit cooler. There's still room for some more stuff, so I do want to put some more stuff in. And we're building the path that leads up to the rest of the town. We do need to get paths kind of around on the top as well. Oh, actually, this is all kind of joined up now, isn't it? This is all joined. That's joined. So this is joined to this, all the way down to here. These are all joined up. This is joined to this, joined to that. Yeah, so it's kind of all joined up now, actually. Cool. So yeah, we're getting there. I was planning on doing a ruining immediately next week, but I think we're going to need to do more work first. So we are going to ruin it, but not yet. And the aqueduct looks beautiful. It seems like a shame to ruin it. I mean, it's going to look way better once it's ruined, with loads of plants like growing over it and stuff like that. But it looks pretty now. So yeah. It should look cool on a time lapse as well, hopefully. We'll see anyway. So I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna say thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna be back same time on Monday. It will be Starbound on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are Minecraft. Probably nothing on the weekend. Certainly don't wait for anything on the weekend. Possible, but unlikely. And I'm gonna head off. Say thanks, and bye 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 bye.